I know that I'm gonna be moving in the near future, hopefully the next couple of months or so. Do I know where? Do I know when? No. But what I do know is that when I move, I do not want to take all of my makeup with me. I've been trying really hard just to downsize and scale down on the amount of stuff that I have just overall in my life. And I just really want to tackle my makeup room, declutter, and get rid of a lot of stuff. You see these two big organizers behind me, right? I've had these organizers since 2021 and I'm just ready for something different and something a lot smaller. So my goal for this entire declutter is to take all of the makeup that is in these organizers, and there's just a lot of makeup and a lot of stuff in them in general, and really go through everything and get all of these products to fit into one 9-drawer IKEA Alex drawer. And surprisingly, I've been a content creator for almost 10 years now, and this is my very first set of Alex drawers because I feel like almost every beauty content creator has this, and now I finally have one. But step one, I actually need to build the IKEA Alex drawers just to see what I'm working with. And then we can start the decluttering process. Fun fact about me, I'm actually really good at building furniture. Like every single piece of furniture I've ever bought, even in relationships, I'm the one to build it. I'm just really good at it and I like doing it. Just call me Bob the Builder. I have some peach wine. I'm curious to see how long this is gonna take me. Okay, it's actually going really well so far. It's been 40 minutes and I have the entire outer part done. I've only lost one nail and now I think I just have to build all the drawers. But that's like the same thing over and over. And I have a sad pokey bears. That's okay though. Once you travel the world, all the spaces inside your heart. I hope I'll be your hello. Hello, how can I help you? Oh, this is very helpful. This is very helpful. Wow, thank you for your help. Thank you for your help. Wow, I don't need smooches right now. First drawer's in. Just wanted to make sure I was building it correctly. Okay, all the drawers are built. It's currently been an hour and a half so far. Almost done. I hope I'll be your destination. Boom, I am done. I just finished putting in these little tiny screws. Honestly, that was the hardest part, but this turned out really good and honestly was pretty easy to build. Just took about 2 hours to do, but not bad. Step one, done. Now we gotta see if all of my makeup will fit into that organizer. I'm okay if my lashes and brushes and like tools don't fit. I just wanna get like makeup in here. So I wanted to start off this declutter with the category that I'm pretty sure I just neglected in my last declutter that I did sometime last year, and that is eyeliners. And so I thought I would just add lip liners to this as well. So we're doing all liners. Here's the thing with eyeliner. I really have not been wearing like your typical either like liquid or even like a pencil liner in a while. I've really been doing more of just like an eyeshadow kind of smudgy soft liner look. So I'm excited to get rid of a lot of these today because I don't use honestly like 90% of this. So I want to be pretty ruthless with the eyeliners at least. So these are all of the eyeliners and lip liners in my collection. This jar is all of the new Huda Beauty lip contour stains that need to be stored upside down. So that's why they're in here. And honestly, I'm just going to keep all of these, but I just wanted to show you that, you know, these are in my collection. This container here is the one that's been living in my makeup desk. So this does have a mixture of like kind of my go-to lip liners and eyeliners. So I probably will keep a lot of these, but I'm going to go through this later though. This little bag right here is my backup lip liners. I did a really good job at decluttering a lot of lip products in my last declutter, but I still feel like I could get rid of more because it would take me forever just to go through this handful of lip liners. And I'm the kind of person that loves like the same shades, so I'm sure a lot of these look very similar. We'll swatch those out later, but this is what I wanted to start with. These are all of the eyeliners that I keep in my makeup storage behind me, and I just don't use a majority of these. I'm gonna start by sorting these out. Seeing this all laid out, I'm just like, this is a ridiculous amount of liner. I do not use this. I do not need all of this. You can totally see though, I do have quite a few just like different collections in here. These are the Give Beauty, Kosas, Urban Decay, Wonder Skin. So I really do get most of these in PR, but I'm actually gonna start down here with these Kosas Soul Gazer liners. Honestly, I really did not like these. Pulling a random shade here, this is the green shade Eternal, and I remember the first time I used these, I thought they were nice and creamy, but they dry out so fast. And like, it's a very just not creamy formula whatsoever. It's very, very hard. I really like all the colors they have. They have some fun pops of colors, kind of more jewel tones, and of course your neutrals, but I just really did not like this formula, so I'm gonna declutter all of these. Let's go over here to these Juvia's Place little liquid liners. I got these because I did a collaboration with them, I don't know, 2 or 3 years ago now, and they are a really pretty product. I just don't use anything like this anymore. Like, I'm just never gonna use this type of liner. I don't really do these type of looks anymore. The colors are really beautiful though. I did like the formula when I did create looks with these for Juvia's Place. So like, if you're looking for some good, really pretty color, it has a nice sparkle to it. Like, the formula itself is good. I just don't use this type of product. I don't use these shades anymore, so I'm gonna declutter all of these. Over here, I have the Urban Decay 24/7 inks. These came out, I wanna say 2 years ago, and I really did like these when they launched. What's cool about these is the handle themselves, because it has this like kind of wider tip right here, which is more, what's the word, like ergonomically, I don't know, it's just more comfortable to hold than like your typical liner. And I do remember really enjoying this formula. I'm curious to see if any of these have dried out, because it's definitely been a while since I've used them. There's definitely some colors I can get rid of though that I just don't really use, but they don't look dried out. I remember I did a fun look. It was either with this yellow one, like look at how good that looks. This is a good formula. Yeah, even that green, like how fun is that for just like a little neon bright pop? I can definitely see myself keeping some of these. And I think what I might do at first is kind of do like a rough declutter and then go through the products I think I want to keep and really narrow it down from there. This is the black shade 0. I also think at the end, like I'm gonna have a lot of black liners, so I'll kind of do maybe like a swatch comparison of those. That black looks good. This is the brown shade Whiskey. Yeah, even that looks solid to me. Keeping both of these. I could probably get rid of these blue shades. I just never wear blue liner, and I never feel the need to wear blue liner anymore. Like, yes, it's fun to have these colors, but I have not used these in so long. Getting rid of these 3. Yes, it's been forever since I've used this yellow and green, but I just think those are so fun. I'll keep those for now. We'll probably revisit. This is the dark gray shade Oil Slick. Honestly, I've never really used a dark gray liner, but I honestly kind of like that instead of doing a harsh black, just because I have been into more of a softer liner look. I actually might try to use this kind of soon. That's pretty. Keeping. This is the white shade Ozone. That actually looks really good. A white liner can be fun for just like a little accent, or even doing like a light outline around your black liner. I don't know, it's just kind of fun sometimes, and that looks really good. Definitely keeping that. I'm pleasantly surprised that these haven't dried out in the time that I've had them, so very impressed with those. Moving down here, I have some liners from Give Beauty. Again, I have not used these in so long, so let me do some swatches, see what we're looking like, see how they feel, if they've dried out at all. Honestly, I don't remember being the biggest fan of these. I think I just thought they were like a decent formula, but nothing to be blown away by. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not in love with these. Some of these colors are kind of fun and unique. I love kind of like a dark shimmery shade like this for the lower lash line if I do want to add like a pencil liner like this. Yeah, even smudging it out, I don't know, it kind of disappears a little bit. Some liners will smudge out really nicely, but that just kind of disappeared as I was doing it. Let me see this one. That's a pretty color. I'm kind of unsure about these. I'm gonna set these aside and maybe go through some of these shades when I'm towards the end, like comparing some other brands. Sure. But at the moment, I'm currently leaning towards no. I'll move them over here. These 3 are eyeshadow primers over here. Didn't really need to have these in the video, but I pulled them out of the bin. I have 2 from Sigma Beauty and the Alter Ego eyeshadow primer. To be completely honest, neither of these are like my favorite. My favorite is the Rare Beauty one that you guys have seen me use for years. But I do like to keep these in case I do any work with the brands where they want me to use their eyeshadow primer. I'm totally down for it. Like, these work totally fine. They're just not my favorite, but they're good. These are a keep, but they're kind of in the wrong category. I have 3 liners down here from Natasha Denona, and they're all kind of a fun shade, and this one is literally still in the box. Clearly, I have not used it, so this is going to be rehomed immediately. And then I have these 2. I believe they came out with the Yucca palette, and I remember liking them a lot. especially this one. I don't know what it is about like a bright neon liner, like how I was drawn to these ones by Urban Decay, but like that is just so fun to me, and I really don't have anything else like this in my collection, so I'm gonna keep this. And this one is the shade Willow, more of, I don't know, it's kind of like a bluish green. I prefer more of a green green. I don't know how much I'm gonna use that, but I'm gonna hold on to it for now to compare more at the end. I have this singular white liner from About Face. This one I do like. I always think it's handy to have a nice white pencil around, so I will keep that. So I have a white pencil, and then I have that Urban Decay white liquid as well, so happy to have both of these. I have 3 down here from Makeup by Mario. Now here is my gripe with this product. I hate double-ended products because I never know which one is the brush end, but here we go. I did open the correct end. Okay, this is like a beautiful deep plum shade. That glided on super nicely. This one looks like a nice dark brown. See how creamy that was? And just like how pigmented it is, especially compared to, yeah. Okay, see, this is why we swatch and compare. Like, you see the pigment of that compared to the Give Beauty ones that just kind of wiped away into nothing. Oh, and these ones like dried down pretty quickly too, okay. I'm taking off the cap and throwing these away. Throwing the caps away. I also never use this end of the liner. Like, this is too long and flimsy in my opinion. Oh, and there's a black that I need to sharpen. Definitely gonna keep all 3 of these. And just because these were so much more pigmented, I am gonna declutter all those Give Beauty ones because like I want pigment when I'm doing my liners. I want it to look good. This one liner is popping out at me. This is by Surratt, and unfortunately, every product I have tried from Surratt I really did not like. And I don't know, this just, it's not a really good liner. This just doesn't look like a good liner. Just like straight up. Like you can tell right away if a liner is gonna be good or not. And this honestly is already like bleeding into my lines in my hand. Fortunately, I'm just not a fan of decluttering this. When I was pulling this out, I totally forgot it existed, that Mario had a liquid liner. And I'm like, I don't remember this at all. Ooh, see, that's pretty good. See, that compared to that, so much better. But we're definitely doing a showdown at the end of all the black liners. Don't worry. We will find the best black liner. This is a liner from What's Up Beauty. It's just like a liquid liner. Out of all the liners in my collection, this is really the only one that I have in this type of formula. And while I don't use it a lot, it is a good liner. And sometimes I do work with What's Up Beauty. So I think I am gonna keep this one for now just because it technically is unique to my liner collection. And honestly, this packaging is so beautiful too. It's a really nice, like heavy component. It's definitely a good liner, so I'm gonna keep it for now. I need to organize these a little bit more and pull out all of my Urban Decay ones. I have always been a fan of the Urban Decay 24/7 liners. Like, I remember even when I was getting into makeup in 2014, 2013, I was buying these liners. I would sell them all the time when I worked at Ulta and Sephora. The shades are beautiful. They're nice and creamy. They're easy to work with. Like, this is just a good, solid liner formula. You really can't go wrong with it. Some of these are kind of older in my collection, but with this kind of liner, you can just sharpen it and get down to the fresh liner. So I don't really care if it gets old. As long as it still applies like that, I am happy. So I am gonna keep all these. I think I have more later on too, but this is Mushroom, Loaded, Double Life, Tootsie, and Alkaline. Oh, I do have another About Face liner. It's a purple shade. I don't remember when I got this. This is the shade Devil's Diary. Ooh, that is super creamy. That's a pretty like eggplant purple. Keeping that. I have 2 liners from Flower Beauty here. Honestly, I really haven't used these, and I'm just, like I said, I'm not really a fan of a double-ended product because if I'm storing my liners like in a jar like this, I forget that there's something on the other end. I just don't like products like that. And these ones are kind of a stiffer formula. They're definitely not as creamy, so not my favorite. I'm gonna declutter both of these. I have this singular Smashbox liner. It's the black shade Raven, and I just remember not loving this one as much. I definitely have black liners I prefer over this, so I'm gonna declutter it. Let's see which swatches are gonna wipe off with the baby wipe here and who stays on. This is a good test. Who's this? That's Urban Decay, isn't it? Oh, that's the What's Up Beauty one. Look at that still on my hand. Wow. I need to look at these ones over here. These are the Wonder Skin liners, and I remember really liking these. I don't know if they dried out or not. Ooh, that's creamy. I hate that these are rolling towards me. Stop rolling. Yeah, they're the 1440 long wear liner. I remember these being super long wearing, and that's a good amount of pigment too. Oh yeah, that's nice. I really need to sharpen some of these, but I can't access my sharpener right now. I definitely don't need to keep all of these. I'm gonna declutter these last 2 shades, this kind of more really light pink and this more like deeper gray with shimmer. I just never want or need to grab a shade like these, so I'm gonna declutter these 2. But we'll keep the neutrals purples for now and the green. We're getting towards the battle of the black liners now. We need to talk about these Haus Labs liners right here. If you have been a subscriber of mine for the last couple years, this used to be my favorite black liner. Like, this would be the one that I would go to if I'm doing a glam look. I want a black smoky liner in my waterline, my lash line. I want to smoke it out. Like, this truly was the best of my collection. But it's no longer available, unfortunately, because this is the one that launched when Haus Labs initially launched on Amazon, and it's not part of their core line anymore, Sephora, but this is just the blackest black. It's so creamy, and so when I saw that they were discontinuing it and they kept dropping the price on Amazon, I bought 2 more. And like I said earlier, I don't even use this type of liner anymore, but it is just so freaking good. Why can't they bring this back? It like smudges out so beautifully too. Like, ooh, it's so freaking good. So because I clearly love this, this is the black liner in my collection. I'm keeping this forever. I want to look at this Tarte Double Take Awake. Now I know I just said I hate double-ended products, but this is a decent double-ended product. It is kind of old though, so I'm curious to see if it's dried out, because on one end you have like your black kind of felt tip liner, and like it's a good solid liner, and then the other side is the nude liner, and this is what I really like from Tarte. I do believe they have just a singular pencil like this. You don't need to get this double-ended, but this is a really good nude for the waterline. It's really good at brightening, very creamy as well. Now unfortunately, any liner you put in your waterline is not going to last all day, but this one does last a decent amount of time, so I am going to keep this one. I have a couple black pencils here that I haven't used in a while. Let's see what we're working with. I'm just kidding, this one's gray. This is the KVD one. I almost just said Kat Von D. Where's the product? Oh, it's a twist. Hello? Hello? I think the product is gone. Nothing's coming out. Oh, it's right here. Found it. Because of that reason, I'm gonna declutter this and throw it in the garbage. Next black liner, this is a little mini Pat McGrath one. I think I liked this one. I think it was a good, decent liner. My problem is that it's so tiny. So again, if I'm storing it in a cup in my collection, I lose it in the cup because it's so small, but it is a good liner. And honestly, it looks kind of similar to how creamy the Haus Labs one was. So let's keep this for now. Right, I'm gonna swatch these 4 next to each other. This next one is the Sigma Longwear Pencil in Wicked. A little bit stiffer, but still pretty dark. This is a Haus Labs one, again, double-ended with a brush. I should have grabbed my sharpener before I filmed this video. That felt really harsh and really dry going on, so I'm gonna declutter that. This is one I bought myself last year from Julep because I think when I used to work at Ulta, I loved their liners, and when I was on the search last year for a new black liner because the Haus Labs one was gone, I was like, oh, let me try this. That is really creamy. Wait. Smudges. Let's see if that dries down because that actually feels and looks so similar to the Haus Labs. Okay, Julep. Okay, I let it dry down a little bit. Oh, it does dry. I keep all 3 of these. I think out of these 3, I'm definitely most impressed with the Julep. Let's do these black liquid liners and see what we're working with. This is the NYX Epic Ink Liner. I do really like this one, and as long as it's not dried out, I'll definitely keep it. This is the Sigma Liquid in Wicked. Oh, I forgot about this one. It's the Haus Labs Micro Tip Liner, which has, oh my gosh, the tiniest baby tip. I totally forgot this existed. I need to use this. Is this still available? I have so many questions. Okay, scrolling through their website, they have a clear cut liquid liner that I don't have. That one that I just decluttered. Dang, they don't sell this? I swear. I'm so upset right now. I'm like yelling at the camera because I'm so passionate about this. When Haus Labs first launched on Amazon, they crushed the liner launches. Like, again, some of the best liners I've ever used. Why is this not a thing anymore? This is absolutely perfection. Look at how tiny that tip is. That's so frustrating, but I'm probably gonna put this in my everyday makeup drawer because I need to use this. I'm gonna use it. I'm sorry that you can't anymore. Anyways, moving on. This is the Lawless liquid liner, the black shade Caviar. This is the KVD tattoo liner. Who else remembers this and just the craze around this liner? No, it's kind of a longer, flexible tip. Not really my favorite, and it's definitely not as dark as these other ones, so I'm gonna declutter that. Let's swatch these 2 brown shades. This is a brown from Lawless, and then this is kind of a random Too Faced Better Than Sex one in brown. Another longer felt tip on that. I just don't like when they have so much flexibility on the tips. You might not be able to tell on camera, but those two brown shades are different. This one's more of a warmer brown. The Lawless one's a little bit cooler. I am going to keep both of the brown shades because, like I said, I like a softer liner. I do sometimes want a brown liner. These three were pretty solid as well, so I am going to keep them. I have 3 brown pencils here. I have 2 from Makeup Forever. This is Limitless Brown. Now, I believe these are the newer liners from them where it's like the extreme version where they're supposed to be even more long lasting. And then my favorite shade, Endless Cacao, which is a beautiful, cool toned brown shade. I absolutely love, love, love this. This is the NYX Vivid Rich Liner in Smoking Topaz. Not really impressed with that. I definitely have to swipe it back and forth a few times to get the pigment, so I'm gonna declutter that one. Another random liner in my collection is this Melt Cosmetics Gel Liner in the shade Burnish. I've only used this a handful of times, but it's such a cool, like, reddish brown rich shade for a liner. Look at that. Am I ever gonna use this again? No, but it's so pretty. I could totally see myself reaching for this in the fall. I just have to remember to do so. These 2 containers look so much better now, but there's still more to do. I need to grab my eyeliners out of this one. So like I said, this is the bin that I keep in my makeup drawer. So these technically are the liners that I do grab for more often. I'm not doing lip liners just yet, just eyeliners. So most of these are gonna be keeps just because they are my favorite. Like immediate ones I'm gonna grab out are the Makeup Forever color pencils. Like I just said, I really like this eyeliner formula, and I do think I prefer it over the extreme version. I just find these a little bit easier to work with, which makes sense because they aren't as intense as the other ones. But these definitely are the most used ones in my collection. The black shade, and then Endless Cacao, like I said, is the most perfect cool tone shade. And then this nude one, Boundless Bisque, I use all the time, and then Limitless Brown. Oh, I do have a white one too. I honestly don't use this white one a lot. Let's see how she looks. See, this one's a little bit stiffer, but remember I kept this About Face one. Yeah, see just how much creamier that white shade is compared to this one? I don't know if I want to keep this white from Makeup Forever. Like, I love all of these other shades and these ones I use, but this one I don't. I just want to keep it with its collection. And then going back to the Urban Decay 24/7 liners, they just released some new shades, which is why I have quite a few of these. Ooh, but this one has been one of my favorites for years. It's the shade Smog, and it's like the perfect kind of mid-tone, warmish brown shade. I love this on the lower lash line. Ooh, we have another white. Let's compare this one. This is Hemp Milk. Ooh, that was really creamy. I don't need to keep the Makeup Forever one. I have 2 better white liners in my collection. I'm gonna declutter this. I believe these are all some of the newer shades. This is Faux Dough, Beige Flag, Caffeinated, and Cool Coyote. And I really like this more kind of softer neutral line that they came out with. Like I said earlier, I love this formula. This one's kind of cute with like a little bit of sparkle in there. Let's check this nude one out. Nice. Oh, this one feels really stiff. What's happening? Okay, well, I broke the tip off of that one, and like I said, I can't access my sharpener right now, so I'm gonna hold on to this for now, but that was very, very questionable. That was the shade Caffeinated. I don't know what happened there. What's the last one here? Cool Coyote. See? Nice and creamy. Oh, such a good cool tone brown. Keeping all these. This is another kind of random one for me. This is the Essence Nude Liner in the shade Silky Nude. I think I bought this just because I wanted a more drugstore version of a nude liner, and it's definitely a good one. Like, look at how bright that is. Okay, wait, this is the Essence. That was the Urban Decay. Let me swatch the Makeup Forever Nude just to compare these shades here. I don't know, this Urban Decay one's a little bit deeper. See what I mean? Like out of these 3 nude shades, they all have a different undertone, and the Essence one is definitely the brightest. This Urban Decay one looks more like a true, like my kind of skin tone nude shade. Well, that glided on really nicely, definitely keeping that. And then I have this little baby Natasha Denona one in the shade Taupe. I think this came with one of her mini palettes, and I wanted to keep this shade just because it's a nice neutral. Yeah, that's a solid formula, very pigmented. And then I have 2 Jones Road gel liners. I actually really do like these. I just used this black one in a video recently. It's kind of just like your basic gel liner formula, but nice and pigmented. It goes on well, stays really well. You really can't go wrong with having one gel formula in your collection, so I'm gonna keep both of these for sure. So this is my keep pile of eyeliners so far, and I feel like I can narrow this down even more, and especially by shade. So I'm gonna organize this by shade and formula. Okay, let's see here. Keeping this because this is a unique shade in my collection. We just went through the whites. These are both really good at keeping these. We just swatched these nude shades. Happy with these 3. I feel like 3 is a decent number to keep of the same shade. Oh, add this one to the nude pile because I love the Tarte Double Take Awake. This Urban Decay one was pretty different to this Faux Dough shade where it's like pinky and sparkly, different than anything else I have. Let's swatch out these 3 green shades. So we're gonna go Wonder Skin, Natasha Denona, and then Urban Decay Loaded. I'm more just looking at the shades. The Wonder Skin one is a little bit more of an olive green. The Natasha has quite a bit of blue in it, and I just don't really love a blue tone liner. I just don't like how it looks with my blue eyes. So I'm gonna declutter the Natasha Denona. I am gonna keep Loaded from Urban Decay. So that's pretty good. Keep in 2 green shades. I have 3 purples here. Not a bad number to start with. Let's start with the Makeup by Mario. Oh, so creamy. And then Urban Decay Alkaline. I have used this one in so many tutorials like years ago. It's an old one for me. And then this random NYX one that I have. They're all slightly different. Both the Mario and Urban Decay have a little bit more like burgundy to them. The Mario one's definitely a bit deeper, but honestly, I like all 3 and they're all slightly different, so I'm gonna keep them. Okay, these brown shades are what I'm stressed about. I'm gonna organize it by shimmer and matte because those are different. Starting with the Urban Decay, this is Smog. Like I said, one of my favorite shades for the lower lash line. We have Double Life, more of a coppery kind of warm shade. This one is Mushroom, a little bit more cool toned. And then Cool Coyote. Those two look really similar, don't they? Oh, I see the difference now. Cool Coyote is a matte shade. Mushroom does have a tiny, like, not even shimmer in it, but it's just not flat like a matte shade is. Well, keeping these 3 for sure. Okay, so that's Cool Coyote. I want to see what that looks like next to Makeup Forever Endless Cacao. Makeup Forever Endless Cacao. Oh, that one's even more cool tone than this. Interesting. And then this one is the extreme version of Endless Cacao. The shades should look exactly the same. It's really just the formulas that are slightly different. Doing swatching here, this is Limitless Brown, and I'm just gonna call this the original formula. And then a Limitless Brown in the Intense formula. This is the Natasha Denona one I have. I'm really just looking for a difference in the shades here. This is Urban Decay Tootsie. Oop, that just broke off. Why are some of these Urban Decay ones breaking off? That's unfortunate. Well, I kind of got it there. And then this is the other broken one, Caffeinated. This is Wonder Skin Brown Sugar. I'm so impressed when I swatch these. I think I need to move these to my everyday makeup drawer here because look at that. Wow. And then Mario. All of these are fantastic. And that's how I want to feel about my liner collection. I want to be able to grab anything and be like, yes, that is a good liner. These 2 look kind of similar. What is that? That's Makeup Forever and the Wonder Skin. I'm gonna keep both. Do I need this many brown liners? No, but they're all really good, so I'm gonna keep them. And then we have the black pencil liners. I'm immediately grabbing the Haus Labs one. Like I said, the best black liner in the world. Let's just start this with the most perfect swatch ever. Ugh! Keeping Forever. I'm curious to see how these are all gonna compare. Like, I haven't done this, just swatched out all of my black liners. Then we have Makeup Forever, solid. Wonder Skin. Oh, this one's broken. This tip is broken. I need to sharpen it, but I'm sure it's good because I've been impressed with all of the other Wonder Skin liners. Pat McGrath. Mario's broken too. God damn it, Angela. Why did I not grab my sharpener before filming this video? And then the Julep one that gave me Haus Labs vibes. It really does. I swear, if you're looking for something similar to the Haus Labs, might be the Julep. I think I can get rid of this Pat McGrath one though, just because, like I said, because it's so small, it gets lost very easily in my collection, and I don't know, I would just rather use my Haus Labs, my Makeup Forever, or this Julep one. I just don't need this one as well. So keeping all of these. I just want to quickly look through the liquid liners that I decided to keep. I feel really good about these Urban Decay ones. Melt Cosmetics one, What's Up Beauty one. We have brown and black. Let's just quickly compare. This is the Too Faced one, Lawless, and Urban Decay. I think out of those 3, I'm most impressed with the Urban Decay one. I don't know, I'm a little meh about the Lawless. I think I could declutter that one, but the Too Faced one looks good. Decluttering Lawless. And then this is the last of the liners. Let's look at these black ones. So this is the NYX Epic Ink Liner, the Sigma liquid liner in Wicked, the mini Haus Labs micro tip liner that is like the best invention ever. This is Urban Decay Zero, Makeup by Mario, and Lawless. Honestly, these all look really good to me. Shade-wise, this little House Labs one doesn't look like the most blackest black, but I'm keeping this just because of that little tiny tip. It's going to be perfect for like getting in the inner corner. I feel like 6 black pen liners is kind of a lot, but it's still a lot better than where I started. And these are all solid, so I'm going to keep them. Eyeliners are done. Here are all the eyeliners that I'm keeping. And this is all of the liners that I'm decluttering. Oh, that feels so good. I'll put the numbers on the screen here of how much I started with and how many I'm keeping. I feel so good about the eyeliners. Let's move on to lip liners. And like I said, there's really not a lot here, but I do want to swatch these out because I feel like a lot of these shades are going to look so similar. So I have 17 lip liners and 16 of them look so similar. I only have one red lip liner in my collection. It's this one by About Face. I literally just keep this for the one day a year where I want to wear a red lip, which is typically around Christmas. And this isn't even like the best red for me. I actually wish it was a little bit deeper, but it's the only reddish one I have, so I will keep this. Let's go through these. So this is Makeup by Mario Smoky Pink, which was one of my favorite lip liners for years and years. I already know I'm going to keep this one, but we're going to see who's similar. This is Say Flirt. This is Anastasia Hazelnut. A little bit of a stiffer formula, but still a good amount of pigment there. I really like this pencil too, how it has more of a square shape to it, so it's not gonna roll around. This is NYX Natural, which I think was one that I really used to love years ago when I used a lot of NYX products. Not really a shade that I kind of grab for though. I'm gonna swatch them all at first and then kind of go through them. This is Fenty Beauty Peanut Butter. Hello? Okay, that tip is super dried out, but there's kind of the shade. I think if I sharpened it, it would be much better. This is Sephora Collection The Nudist, which is definitely the lightest lip liner I have in my collection. And honestly, it's a little bit too light for me. I don't know if I'll keep that one. Ooh, this is one of my most used as well. This is Jones Road Nudist. Love this shade. And yeah, it's kind of similar to my Makeup by Mario. This is Bare Minerals Cherished Rose. Ooh, that was really creamy. This is another one I use a lot. This is Makeup Forever Wherever Walnut. Such a popular shade. Make a second row here. This is Lawless Nude Honey. Ooh, that is so similar to my Mario. Wow, I kind of forgot about that one. This is Natasha Denona Cleo. I need to sharpen it, but looks good. This is the extreme version of Makeup Forever Wherever Walnut. Very creamy. Makeup Forever Anywhere Caffeine, another one I use a lot. This is Natasha Denona Lion, I think is how you say it. This is Natasha Denona Natasha that came out with the My Dream collection. And About Face Smoking Room that I cannot swatch because I need to sharpen it. The reason I don't have my sharpener is because when I film these overhead videos, my camera is connected to a stand that locks my desk shut, and so I would literally have to like take everything apart to get to a sharpener right now, and I'm not going to do that. As you can see, I clearly have shades that I like to wear. Just looking at these though, like this more pinky shade right here, I really do not use. 1, 2, 3, 4, which I believe is the NYX Natural. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really wear a shade like that anymore. It's a little too bright for me. I'm going to declutter this one. I don't think I'll declutter a lot from this because I feel like I'm already starting with a pretty small amount. Sephora Collection one, I think I'm gonna get rid of. It's also more of a gel style formula where it's really creamy and just doesn't last very long. So that one right here, I'm gonna declutter this. I bought this because I was looking for like the perfect nude and everyone on Reddit said this was amazing, but not a huge fan. Definitely keeping my Jones Road. That's probably like my second most used lip liner in my collection right now. And then this Bare Minerals kind of more rosy one. I'm gonna keep that just because it's different from everything else, but still looks like, I don't know, a slightly deeper shade that I could wear. I did really like how this Lawless one swatched though. I think that shade is so pretty. See, when it gets to this point, I'm just like, but I like all of these, at least somewhat. I'm gonna call that good for lip pencil declutter. So including the red, this is 15 liners I'm keeping in my collection, and I'm decluttering these two. And now I need to organize this back again by the products that I want to keep in my everyday makeup drawer, and then the products that I want to move into my new IKEA Alex drawer storage. This bag is going to be my backstock. This bin is going to be what I'm keeping close and next to me. Honestly, my two most used liners are the Makeup by Mario and the Jones Road, and I think I want to grab this Lawless one too, just because I haven't gotten a lot of use out of it, but I was really happy with that swatch. So I'm going to start by keeping these three with me in my desk, and then the rest I'm going to put into this little makeup bag that will go into my storage. And the thing is that I just have to remember to kind of rotate through these and get some use out of them. But now I also need to go through these and pick out the ones that I want to keep with me in my desk. I'm keeping the Jones Road because I like to have these ones close. I'm grabbing that tiny baby House Labs micro tip because I would love to get some use out of that. For another pen liner, I'm gonna grab this Mario one because I kind of forgot about it and I would like to get some use out of this if I need to. The rest of these liquids will go into my storage, and I need to go through this. I'm gonna keep this Essence nude liner with me because this was a really good nude. I'm also gonna grab that black julep one if I want to do kind of a smudgy, smoky black look. I need my Makeup Forever Endless Cacao. I use this so often. I'm also gonna grab this Wonder Skin black that I need to sharpen, but I want to get some use out of this because I was pretty impressed with that formula. And then for a darker brown to keep on me, I'm gonna grab this Urban Decay Tootsie. The rest of these are gonna go into storage. This looks so much better. So these are all of the lip liners and eyeliners in my collection. This is the bin that's going to be with me in my everyday makeup drawer. Let's see how these fit in the Alex drawers. Okay, so these are the first items that I'm putting in my Alex drawer, so I'll definitely have to organize like all of it later, but let's just stick these in there for now. Liquid liners, pencil liners, and lip liners, and there's still plenty of room for like single shadows, mascaras. I don't know, we'll see what else ends up in this drawer. But that was it for this declutter. I'm so happy with how this turned out, and I'll see you guys in the next one.